I have been trading over 9 years, and in that time period, I made a little over $4.5 million from day trading, where I made profits like V's, V's, and V's. In this video, I want to break down the 5 lessons and things that I learned throughout my journey. Let's jump right into it. Number 1, power of a trading plan and tracking your trading. A trading plan is super important because if you want to be successful in day trading, you need to have a set of rules along with a confirmation checklist before you take a trade. My trading plan used to have basically confirmation checklists, whether it's a bullish engulfing or a candlestick pattern or buying at a support, a trend line, and all these other things. Now, when it comes to a trading plan is basically a set of rules along with your setup criteria to help you take successful trades while entering and exiting the market safely with good risk to reward. Now, the thing with making a good trading plan, or really kind of defines making it have a good risk to reward, you really got to kind of ensure that all your formalities are in line with your goal, your market conditions, and everything and such. My trading plan, I would have things like a pip goal, entry criteria, exit criteria, confirmation checklist, and so much more. My trading plan has helped me save a lot of money, but also make a lot of money. It has also built the druzy banks that you see here. If there was no plan, there would be no druzy. I'd still be trying to find myself. So thank God I made a safeguard for myself to ensure and make sure that I enter the market safely and I exit the market safely. And that's what a trading plan is for. Your trading plan can be devised into so much things. Like for me personally, I had to say, hey, after 3 losses in a day, I'm done. And I still stick to that to this very day. But also in other ways that I've grown at my trading plan, like in the beginning stages, like when I had my white McLaren, I used to live my life taking 30 pips at a time. But after that, I felt more of like a scalper and not a day trader. So I had to increase my trading plan to where I go look for 30 to 80 pips in the market. And when I made that adjustment to my trading plan, I grew the most with my trading process. So altering your trading plan within your process is going to allow you to grow and allow you to make a lot of money, but it's also going to safeguard you so that you do not lose a lot of money as well. Which leads me into my next subject. Number 2, building trading psychology and managing your emotions. You're probably going to hear this from some guru out there or gurus out there that, hey, when you make a lot of money in the markets, you can't react to it. When you lose money, you can't react to it. It's like you got to be a robot. Forget that. Do not try to eliminate your emotions in trading. You are a human being. You have to understand that your emotions build you on hanging onto your trading process and making you who you are. You have to remember that trading is 80% psychology. So you have to keep on building your process and building yourself with your trading plan. Now, the only thing that we can control is how we respond to our trading setups. For me personally, I went from cracking my phone in half and throwing it when I lose a trade to now just like, damn, I had stop loss for 13 pips. Okay, let's wait for the next one. You're gonna grow with your process, but you have to understand that everyone starts somewhere. So it's okay to exert your emotions, but you wanna safeguard and practice healthy habits in the market. One thing that I did to help manage my emotions when I was trading was I used to record myself. So when I would record myself, I would catch myself doing the crazy things that I would do, and I'd be like, wow, that wasn't necessary. Sometimes I would jump up and down and try to hit a backflip when my trade would hit TP11 for 100 pips. And I had to realize, like, okay, it's cool. I know I'm happy, but I don't really need to do that no more. So you're going to grow with your process. So understand that certain things are okay and that you're going to grow, but don't try to change yourself too quickly. You have to get used to this. One thing that really changed me and helped me manage my emotions better, which was a complete game changer to me, was journaling my trades. Now, in the beginning, I used to use my FX books. And with my FX books, what really kind of redeemed me every day was seeing how accurately I was to getting a good entry for my pair and for my setup, how quickly I went into profit. And there's going to be days along your journey where you'll probably catch 100 pips one day, 200 pips, 300 pips, or maybe even 60 pips. And you're going to wake up the next day and feel like deja vu, like, damn, can I do this again? Or this feels familiar. When you journal your trades, you're basically gonna feel as if like you have a report that you look at. And basically on that report, it has your history. And when you see the history of how good you did compared to what you think you did, oh boy, you're gonna feel like the man when it is, or the woman when it comes to trading. So just keep that. Journaling your trades can definitely make a huge impact in your trading journey when it comes to the psychological aspects of it. And don't be scared to do that because you're gonna need that. Now, another key thing that made a complete game changer in my trading process was how I went about risk management and how I protected it. And the easiest way to protect your risk management is what's going to lead me into number 3, risk management and practicing. Risk management is the only thing that we as traders can control in the markets. We can't control nothing else. So before you take any trade, you should know what you're risking in the amount of pips and what you're willing to lose in the amount of dollars. So for me, my stop losses are at 13 pips. So if I have a 13 pips with a 5 lot, roughly that's around $670. So I know that because even to this day now, I still use 5 lots. And I know exactly what that number is because I know what I'm risking for my reward. Keep in mind, risk management will be different per trader based on their starting amount, the knowledge that they have, wherever at in their trading process. So don't try to compare yourself to anybody. The thing is, you want to do your homework or use the tools at your disposal to ensure that you understand what you're risking for your reward based on your account and lot size. It's as simple as that. Before you approach any trade, make sure that your risk management plan is set in stone for what lot size you're using based on the account, the balance of your account and what you would like to risk. Now, all trades that you should take should be viewed as a risk perspective. Just to keep in mind, you're not always going to be right or you're not always going to be prepared. So just keep in mind that you have to be ready for all aspects of what can happen in the markets. Because anything can happen. You can take a trade and news comes and take you out. You can take a good trade and news makes you go in profit. You just got to be ready for any and everything because the market sometimes can be unpredictable. So we want to be ready for that. This next thing was a complete game changer for my process. I kind of said this before, but I want to emphasize this again. Number 4 is going to be journaling your trades every trade. In order to grow and get better as a trader, every single trader should be journaling and tracking their trades to see where they are in their process. Now, when I first started, as I told you guys earlier, I was using my FX books, right? But I wasn't journaling my trades for real. I was letting my FX books do the automatic thing and I was just looking at the statistical data. So I would just wake up, take my trades, and that was it. But when I started journaling and using apps like TradeZilla, it made me see the power of the skill set and how I handled myself on good trading terms and bad trading terms, and how I handled especially the bad ones. Once I started tracking and following my trading process and journaling, it allowed me to see what I was doing wrong and how I was able to adjust to the market so quickly. So the next time I went in the markets, I was even better and I was able to even level up my trading process. And that was just because I started tracking my trading performance, which caused me to level up my game, my average win percentage to go up, my average loss percentage to go down, me to increase my lot size, which made me a lot more consistent. And you just see how it's a trickling effect? If you want to grow and be from an average trader to a great trader, it's all about making sure that you understand where you are within your process and make sure you do what you have to. How it was with my average risk to reward for each setup, that mattered to me. And one thing about it as well, I was able to even focus more on what I was doing well. And I was able to kind of see the areas that I need to clean up and fix my bad habits a lot more quickly. And that was just a complete game changer to me. Now, number 5 is a big one, and I want y'all to just hear me on this. Number 5 is not every day is a trading day. In my first, 2 to 3 years of trading, I'd wake up every day and I would force myself. I was like glued to my computer to find a setup. I did not want to sit there for an hour without finding anything. Like I had to find something. I was forcing setups. And I want to let you know that over my past, I've been in this game for damn near almost 10 years. And in the beginning 4 years, I realized that my focus should be taking on good probability setups. And the market is not always gonna give you that opportunity. Perfect example, today with GJ. GJ just pushed up from a 300 pip move. I could have easily traded this morning and made 80 pips, but I much prefer to wait for a retest so I can get in smoothly and catch the move back up. So you have to understand that opportunities aren't gonna be every day. It's all about how you perceive the market, but it's also how you learn how the market moves and the pair that it moves. But once you develop an understanding on how the market moves, you'll be able to approach it every day according to if a market presents a good opportunity. Another example, let's say for example, GJ on a Monday gives you a higher high by 6 p.m. Then London session, it retested, creating a higher low for your new position. The market is then prepared to give you a higher high again by the next day. So literally you would roll the move up to the higher high, you'd have waited for the higher low, you'd have got in at the higher low and rolled up to the next higher high. But that only comes from understanding your pair, your market, your adaptation, instead of reaction to the markets and understanding where you are. But once you're prepared, it makes all the difference. And you have to be able to identify your trading strategy and your mindset that it's still a probabilities game. That's where a lot of traders kind of get it wrong, even including myself. Even in my beginning stages, probabilities, like, it wasn't like a defining factor for me as it is now, because I realized the power of thinking from a probabilities perspective and understanding that, hey, you can lose this trade, but that next trade is gonna make back everything up and more. And you have to understand that. If the market does not give you an opportunity, it's okay. Wait for the next best setup. You'll be able to keep your account at the current state of the current profits, and you'll be able to grow. The thing is, my problem was, as I told you again, I didn't want to spend 4 to 5 hours at my computer and not take a setup. It would kill me. When I did that, I would mess up my account or I would blow my account. So you have to just keep in mind that sometimes it's good to safeguard your account and protect the capital that you have. Which leads me into number 6, adapt to the market conditions. Listen, the markets are gonna throw you all type of curveballs. And this is my bonus for you guys as well. I told y'all 5, this is number 6. When you adapt to the market conditions, it's gonna make your life a lot more smoother. For example, various news events that happen in the market, such as NFP or FMOC, where news comes and adjusts the market's move very volatilely. Now, with me, instead of trying to predict and catch that move, I would rather the news happen, it would play out, and then once momentum leaves the market, I can catch the move from where it's at and then flow with the natural organization of trend. That's one way that you can adapt to the market conditions. Or another way is just understanding where you are within your process. But the only way to understand where you are within your process is you got to be able to be on point with your technicalities. So on point that if the market does something like on a certain time frame, you be able to use your multiple time frame analysis and be able to contradict what the higher time frame is telling you, so you're able to kind of adapt at the market conditions a lot more better. So be patient with your process, understanding that adapting is not going to come overnight, but once you're on point with your technicalities of the market, you'll be able to adapt and be able to kind of safeguard yourself a lot more better in the markets. So just keep that in mind. So this was the 5 primary lessons that I learned throughout my journey that helped me make 4.5 million in the markets. Keep in mind that this game is not going to be easy, but if you do everything that I told you in this video today, from journaling your trades to having a trading plan to managing your risk management and everything else, you're going to be able to climb up the ladder and climb up on being a professional day trader a lot more easier, because you have certain things in stature that is going to help build your process. But hey, I want you guys to comment down below which one was your favorite key thing from this factor here. And keep in mind that if you want to be able to kind of build a successful trading plan, follow my free Telegram group where you're able to interact with me and you'll be able to kind of see my trading plan that I use week over week for my success. This is your boy Juicy Banks, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.